Good morning, dear students. Already we have completed 3 chapters, and today we are going to start our new chapter, chapter number 12, Ratio and Proportions. At the end of the session, I will say what and all things you have to write in your classwork. That concept alone you have to write in your classwork. First, you should know what is meant by ratio. Look at this picture. How many boys and how many girls are there? There are 4 boys and 2 girls. Now we are going to write ratio for boys to girls. So how many boys are there? 4 boys. Ratio are represented by colon, and how many girls are there? 2. So 4:2 is the ratio of boys to girls. Next, girls to boys. How many girls are there? 2 girls. Ratio means I have to separate it using colon. Next, how many boys are there? 4 boys. So 2:4 is the ratio of girls to boys. Ratio are represented by colon. Colon indicates division. Now can you say what is meant by ratio? Ratio is a comparison of two quantities by division. In this above example, we have compared two quantities, boys and girls, in the terms of how many boys and how many girls. This comparison is known as ratio. Let's see one more example. Look at this picture. How many trees are there? There are 2 trees. And how many apples? There are 12 apples. Now we are going to write ratio for trees to apple. How many trees are there? 2 trees. Ratio means I have to write the symbol semicolon. And how many apples are there? 12 apples. Now we have to do simplification. 1 2s are 1 and 6 2s are 12. Like that, apples to trees. How many apples are there? 12 apples. And how many trees? 2 trees. Can you do simplification? Yes. 6:1. Now check 1:6 and 6:1. Both are equal. Both are not equal. So while writing ratio, you have to remember one thing. The order of the number is very important. Next, a representation of ratio. In 3 ways you can represent ratio. First one, using a word 2. And second one, using symbol colon. And third one, as a fraction. Let's consider this diagram. How many circles are there? 8 circles. And how many triangles are there? You have 7 triangles, right? Now we are going to write ratio of circle to triangle. The order of the number is very important, right? So circle to triangle. First you should write the number of circles. Then you have to write the number of triangles. First, using a word 2. So number of circle is 8. The number of triangle is 7. So using word 2, 8 to 7. And second one is using symbol colon, right? So 8:7. Third one, as a fraction. Circle to triangle. So number of circle is your numerator and number of triangle is your denominator. This topic is difference between fraction and ratio. Already we have studied about fractions, right? What is meant by fraction? It's a part of a whole, right? What is meant by ratio? Comparing two different quantities are called ratio. Now we are going to compare what is fraction and what is ratio. Look at this picture. Here how many circles are there? You are having 6 circles. And how many squares are there? You are having 4 squares, right? Now first we are going to write fraction. Total how many shapes are there? We are having 10 shapes. Out of this 10 shapes, how many circles are there? 6 circles. So 6/10 is a fraction of circles. Next, for square, how many shapes are there? Total you have 10 shapes. Out of this 10, how many square? 4 squares. So 4/10 is a fraction of square. Fraction means you are writing from the part of a whole, right? Yes. Next, ratio. Ratio means you are going to compare two quantities. Here we are talking about circle and square, right? Here circle and square are the two different quantities. So number of circle is 6. Next number of square is 4. So 6 is to 4 is the ratio of circles to square. Next concept is ratio to fraction. You have to remember numerator on left and denominator on right. Let's see one example. 4 is to 2. How you will write fraction for this? Numerator on left. Here you are having 4 on left. So 4 is your numerator. Then denominator on right. Here you are having 2 on right side. So 4 by 2 is your fraction. Now you have to reduce this fraction into simplest form. Now check the numbers 4 and 2. Both are even numbers. So both will divisible by 2. You will get answer as 2 by 1. Now you have to write ratio for this fraction. Your 2 is to 1, right? So 4 is to 2, which is equal to the ratio 2 is to 1. Let's see one more example for ratio to fraction. 400 is to 20. How you will write fraction for this? 400 is your numerator and 20 is your denominator. So you have to write 400 divided by 20. Now you can cancel this 0 and 0. Next check 40 and 2. Both are even numbers. So both will divisible by 2. You will get answer as 20 by 1. How you will write ratio? 20 is to 1. So 400 is to 20, which is equal to the ratio 20 is to 1. Now let me discuss some word problems. In exercise 12.1, first sum, there are 20 girls and 15 boys in a class. You have to find the ratio of number of girls to the number of boys. First, you have to write the given data. Number of girls equal to 20 and number of boys is 15. Now, we are going to write the number of girls to the number of boys. So, first number of girls. Number of girls is 20. Then, number of boys is to number of boys is 15. Now, how you will write a fraction for this? 20 by 15. Check 20 and 15. Both will divisible by 5. Yes. So, 4 5s are 20 and 3 5s are 15. So, 4 is to 4 by 3. How you will write ratio? 4 is to 3. So, the ratio of number of girls to the number of boys is 4 is to 3. Next, what is the ratio of number of girls to the total number of students in the class? Yeah, given data is number of girls is 20 and number of boys is 15. You have to find the total number of students. If you add the total number of girls and number of boys means you will get the total number of students, right? Yeah, given data total number of girls is 20 and number of boys is 15, right? So 20 plus 15 is 35. So total number of students in the class is 35. Now you have to find the ratio of number of girls to the total number of students. Number of girls is 20 and total number of students is 35. Now you have to reduce 20 by 35. Both will divisible by 5. So 4 5s are 20 and 7 5s are 35. How you will write ratio for this? 4 is to 7. So the ratio of number of girls to the total number of students is 4 is to 7. Next one, in exercise 12.1, 16th question. Present age of father is 42 years and son age is 14 years. Find the ratio of present age of father to the present age of son. First you have to write the given data. Age of father is 42 years and present age of son is 14 years. Can you write ratio? Yes. So present age, father to son, right? So first you should write the father's age. Father's present age is 42 is to next son's present age is 14. So 42 is to 14. How you will write a fraction for this? 42 divided by 14. Now check 42 and 14. Both will divisible by 7. Yes. So 6 sevens are 42 and 2 sevens are 14. Next 6 and 2. Both will divisible by 2. Yes. 3 twos are 6 and 1 twos are 1. So 3 is to 1. So the present age of father to the present age of son. The ratio is 3 is to 1. Next subdivision B is age of the father to the age of son when son was 12 years old. The given data is present age of father is 42 years and present age of son is 14 years. Now you have to find when son was 12 years old. So present age of son is 14 and 12 years old, right? So 12 is equal to 2. Now you have to find the ratio for 2 years back. 2 years back the son's age is 12 years. Now you have to find the age of father 2 years back. So present age of father is 42 years. 2 years back means 42 minus 2 you will get 40 years. Now your required ratio is father's age to son's age. Your father age is 40 and your son's age is 12. How you will write fraction for this? 40 divided by 12. Both will divisible by 4. You will get answer as 10 by 3. And how you will write ratio? 10 is to 3. So your required ratio 2 years back the age of father to the age of son is 10 is to 3. Subdivision C is age of father after 10 years to the age of son after 10 years. Your given data is present age of father is 42 years and present age of son is 14 years. Now you have to find the ratio after 10 years. So present age of father is 42 years. After 10 years means I have to add 10 years. So 42 plus 10 is for 52 years. And for son's age, son's present age is 14 years. After 10 years means you have to add 10. So 14 plus 10 is 24 years. So after 10 years, father's age should be 52 years. And after 10 years, the son's age will be 24 years. Now we have to find ratio father's age to son's age. So first you have to write the father's age. Father's age is 52 is to 24. Now how you will write a fraction for this? 52 divided by 24. Both will divisible by 2. Yes. So you will get answer as 26 divided by 12. Again both will divisible by 2. You will get answer as 13 divided by 6. How you will write ratio? 13 is to 6. So the ratio of father and son after 10 years is 13 is to 6. Subdivision D is age of father to the age of son when son was 30 years old. The given data is father's present age is 42 years and son's present age is 14 years. When father was 30 years old, so present age is 42. So 42 minus 30, 12, right? So you have to find the ratio 12 years before. So 12 years before the father's age is 30. Then you have to find the son's age. Son's present age is 14 years. 12 years back means 14 minus 12, 2 years. So your required ratio is father's age is 30 years and son's age is 2 years. How you will write fraction? 30 by 2. Both will divisible by 2. So 15 by 1. How we will write a ratio? 15:1. So a required ratio for the age of father to the age of son. When father was 30 years old, 15:1. That's it, students. We completed our today's session. Already in class work we have completed 3 chapters, right? You know how to write class work. Today we are going to start our 4th chapter. You have to write your chapter number 12, ratio and proportion. In class work you have to write the definition of ratio and ratio to fraction. We have discussed 2 sums, right? A and B sum. Next, in exercise 12.1 we have discussed 2 sums. First 1 and 16. You have to write those sums in your classwork. Refer video and write properly. In exercise 12.1 they have given many word problems. Practice it yourself. Thank you, students.